Before we begin examining the practical techniques of workplace investigation interviews, it is essential to understand that every interview takes place within a legal and ethical framework. An investigator is not operating in a vacuum. While organizations have a legitimate right and responsibility to investigate workplace concerns, employees also have important legal rights that must be respected throughout the process. A well-conducted investigation is therefore not simply about collecting information. It is about collecting information in a way that is fair, objective, and capable of withstanding legal or organizational scrutiny. In this section, we will explore legal rights and representation in workplace investigations. We will begin by looking at Weingarten rights and representation rights, which establish when employees, particularly unionized employees, may request support during investigative interviews. Understanding these rights helps investigators avoid procedural mistakes while ensuring employees have appropriate representation during potentially disciplinary discussions. We will then examine the role and limits of representatives. Having a union representative, colleague, or support person present does not change the purpose of the interview. The objective remains fact-finding. The representative may provide support and advice, but should not interfere with the employee's ability to provide their own account. Next, we will discuss employer authority and compelled participation. Organizations generally have the right to require employees to cooperate with legitimate workplace investigations. However, this authority has clear boundaries. Investigators must understand the difference between requiring participation and using pressure or coercion that could compromise the reliability of the information obtained. We will also explore privacy and data protection obligations, which have become increasingly important in modern investigations. Workplace investigations often involve emails, electronic communications, personal information, and digital evidence. Investigators must understand how to balance the need to obtain relevant information with the obligation to respect employee privacy rights and handle information responsibly. Another important area is procedural fairness. A fair investigation requires that individuals understand the allegations, have a meaningful opportunity to respond, and have their explanations genuinely considered before conclusions are reached. This principle protects both employees and organizations by ensuring decisions are based on a balanced assessment of facts rather than assumptions. We will also consider accommodation and accessibility obligations, recognizing that employees may face barriers that affect their ability to participate fully in an investigation. A professional investigator must be prepared to make reasonable adjustments so that every participant has a fair opportunity to provide information. Finally, we will discuss when an interview should be paused or stopped. Investigators must recognize situations where continuing an interview could create legal, safety, or fairness concerns. These situations may include significant changes to the allegations, safety risks, emotional distress, confidentiality breaches, or other circumstances that could affect the integrity of the process. The central message of this section is simple. A successful workplace investigation is not measured only by the information discovered. It is also measured by the fairness of the process used to obtain that information. Professional investigators do not seek to pressure people into answers. They create a structured environment where facts can emerge while protecting the rights, dignity, and credibility of everyone involved. With this foundation, we can better understand how effective interview practices operate within the broader principles of procedural justice and legal defensibility.